Thanks for having me on, Russ.
Yeah, Jason,
appreciate it.
Thanks for coming over. So you're a car guy, kind of like me, but you've had more expensive, nicer cars, which I love. This is your Rivian R1T, right?
R1T, yeah, 2022.
Okay. 2022.
Got one of the first few thousand ever made, actually.
Okay.
Pros and cons with that.
Yeah, yeah, which you'll tell us more about.
Yeah.
So I guess first, can you tell us about the pros?
Yeah. So the pros, I would say the power and the efficiency on this. So this is a launch edition. It's 2022. It's a quad motor. It's a motor on each wheel here, about 835 horsepower. And about
that puts my 500 to shame.
Yeah, it goes 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, man. This
I
thing
know,
is
I
a
have
rocket
felt
ship.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You've experienced it.
It's like a roller coaster with the G-forces.
Yes, yeah. So it's great, you know, no maintenance, obviously EV vehicle. I buy a lot of vehicles.
Are these your original tires? Or these
no, these are actually snow tires, because I met the Michelin engineer for the area at a Cars and Coffee.
Nice.
And he's like, hey, we're trying to study like the compound of the tires. This is not an EV specific tire, but Michelin is trying to make a new one specifically for the Rivian. So, you know, he gave it to me for free.
Sweet.
In return, you know, he's measuring the tread wear and stuff so they could develop a compound suitable for the truck. But
how many miles do you have on the truck?
About 35,000 now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And you've had it, it's a 2022, but
2022.
when did you get it?
May of 22.
Okay, so you've had it
just over 2 years now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, about 17,000 miles a year?
Yeah, about that.
Yeah, well, that's good. So you've had a good chance to test it out.
Yeah.
You love the power. How's the technology, the user interface? How do you like that?
Yeah, it's good. So they do over-the-air updates, like most EV vehicles. So there's been a few bugs, a little laggy screen, stuff like that. Yeah. But overall, it's been really intuitive. They just did a new UI, whole new update on that. So it changed the whole graphics on the interior and everything. That was just a few months ago. So it's kind of cool because you don't need to buy the newest best thing because they continually update it, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna get some other shots over here.
Yeah, absolutely.
What can you walk us through some of the cool features and, like, I guess things you like about it, and then we'll get into all the issues you've had with it and where it's going from here. Yeah,
I mean, things I like about it is, you know, no maintenance, right? Just tire rotations. You got to fill up the windshield wiper fluid. That's about it. You know, so no oil changes, no transmissions. You got to worry about other things, you know, going on. You got a lot of storage, so it's kind of a compact truck. It's between like a Toyota Tacoma, I would say, and an F-150. Okay. So it fits like right in between, but it's good for maneuverability and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, you got these cool LED lights. Everything's
is this the frunk?
This is the frunk.
What color is this? It's kind of a gray.
Yeah, it's like a graphite gray. Okay. Yep. Yep. So sorry for the mess. But yeah, so you got a. It's kind of like an ice chest under here. So there's actually a drain plug under here. Cool. And you put ice and drinks here. This pops up, so it kind of goes up there. But yeah, this is all like magnetized and stuff. So. Nice. So yeah, it's not too bad. And extra storage, you know.
You charge it up front?
Yeah, the charge port is right here. Okay. So it just plugs into a 240 volt outlet there.
And so 240, is that like your...
It's like level 2. Okay. Level 2 charging, so I get about 18 miles per hour on the charge.
How many miles would you say you drive a day on this usually?
I mean, roughly like 80 or 100, I would say.
Yeah, because you're selling real estate all over Sacramento, Placer County, El Dorado.
Yeah, I can make it to San Jose and back from Sacramento on one charge.
That's not bad.
Which is great. So it's about, you know, 320 mileage is what they quote. The actual is probably 305, 310. Okay. Factoring in, you know, hills and stuff like that. Right. You do have a fast charger here. Okay. So Rivian has a Rivian Adventure network. Okay. And so similar to the Tesla network, where I could plug in on the app where the Rivian chargers are. They're still making them all across the U.S. on like major intersections for like different adventure places. Yosemite, they got some, but those are like 350 kilowatt. And they could charge 120 miles in 10 minutes. Oh, wow. On this one, so in particular. And they're usually working, which is good. You know, unlike all electric vehicle chargers. Yeah, so I like that. That's cool. I also like the power tonneau cover here. This came standard with the launch edition. I think you could add it as an option now for a new one. which is cool. So it's a 4.5-foot box here.
Okay.
You know, it's kind of small, but I've seen some people have dirt bikes that they put this down in the extender. So
right. Speaking of EVs,
there's another EV. Right here you got two 110s over here. So
it's kind of like Pro Power on Ford.
And over here on the left side, you got an air compressor, which is pretty cool.
Oh, that's really cool.
So if you get a flat or your buddy gets a flat, you just plug in the hose and.
So it's got a built-in air compressor, and then does it tell you the PSI that it's pumping?
Yeah, it does. It does.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so you got that, and then under here is a spare tire. You could also take it out and have an ice chest in there. It's like another plastic tub.
Cool.
So you could tailgate this thing, and yeah, one of the coolest things, because I'm a golfer, right? So I love the gear tunnel.
Oh, so cool.
And the other side opens up,
I didn't even think about putting golf clubs in there, but that makes sense.
Yeah, you got to. So it goes up this way.
And you can stand on these,
Yeah, they have a 350-pound weight capacity.
Yeah, so it's like your roof access.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, check out NorCal Rivian Group, guys. That's my Facebook page.
All right.
We do different events, swag, all that fun stuff. If you're thinking about a Rivian, hit me up.
Cool.
I'll direct you in the right direction. But yeah, so I mean, you know, it's been a good truck.
Can you tell us about some of the things that have gone wrong? Because there's been a few, but
well, you know, it's to be expected, right? Because it's a new manufacturer.
Yep.
They're built out in Illinois, and it's just Illinois.
Yeah.
And it's kind of to be expected, right? And so I got one of the first few thousand that have actually been built.
Yeah.
And I knew there's going to be some bugs going on here and there. So you know, there's a few things that have been wrong with it. I had a cracked subframe. I had a suspension kind of blow out on me as well.
Is it an air suspension?
It is an air suspension, so it raises high and low. So I think you get like 13 or 14 inches of ground clearance on it. You know, it's all under warranty. So you know, so the battery I think has a 10-year warranty on it, and everything else is like the normal 5-year, 60,000 mile warranty. So they took care of it. The service centers are awesome.
Yeah.
You know, you could call in directly to Rivian, and then they set up all the meetings all through your app. So it's really intuitive. They also have mobile service where they can come to your house or your place of work and take care of you. So, you know, there's been some things, different nuances going on. Would I buy another one?
Yeah.
Probably is the next question you're going to ask.
I would,
And I absolutely would, because I just think, you know, for the power, the efficiency, and the price point, you know, they're a little expensive now. I think they're coming down a little bit on the used market, but you know, I would definitely reconsider buying another one if you're okay not having a full-size truck.
Sure.
But you do get, you know, 320. Now they have extended battery ones like max pack up to like 400 miles. So those ones are a little bit more expensive, but that's kind of all you need. And the charging infrastructure, as long as you know what you're doing, that's why people are scared of the EVs. Like, is the charger working? You know, there's different resources like apps to see, are those working, who's at them. You could properly plan. You just got to plan, you know. Most people don't want to plan, so that's why they don't go EV. But for me, being in real estate, not, you know, driving all over the place and not have to worry about warming up my car and all this stuff and doing different nuances for it, it really fits my lifestyle. And, so
and in California too, we're blessed that the EV infrastructure is a little more mature than in other places.
Exactly.
Because when I go back to the Midwest and visit my wife's family there, like, you know, I don't see as many Teslas, I don't see as many Rivians, but out here, they're so common. I mean, in my neighborhood, there's a guy with another Rivian that lives at the top, and there's probably 20 Teslas, you know, and so EVs are becoming a lot more common. And so that charging infrastructure, well, hopefully it's not getting overburdened.
Yeah.
How has it been for you? Have you fast charged very much in public and other places?
Yeah. Like my wife and I just went to Monterey over the weekend, and we were like trying to see, you know, because I knew, because I'm on the Facebook group, right? Yeah. And so I knew they opened up some Rivian chargers along the 5 at some point past, you know, like Tracy and Manteca. There's some in Manteca, which is great for the Bay Area and Sacramento. But I wasn't sure getting to Monterey, because from Santanella, when you get off the 5 and go over like Los Banos area and the reservoir out to Monterey, there's nothing. And it's 70 miles to Monterey from there.
And pretty hilly over there.
Yeah, and it's hilly. I was like kind of stressed out on finding chargers. And so ends up that Rivian just put some brand new chargers, fast chargers, right there on the exit of 33 in Santanella by the resort. So my wife and I, we had lunch. We charged for 45 minutes. I got 220 miles or something. Yeah. And it was like $20 cost-wise.
Yeah.
I go, if I took a big, you know, TRX with a Hellcat motor, that that trip would have cost me $300. You know?
Absolutely.
And then we charged a little bit.
Similar power.
Yeah, similar power. Don't have to worry about the oil changes and those costs and stuff like that. But yeah, we charged a little bit for 20 minutes on the way back and had 50 miles to spare. So really it was only about an hour difference on actual road time. Yeah. And you know, the actual cost was like $30-35. So,
right.
For that trip.
Not bad.
Yeah, and that was about 500 miles. Okay. There and back, yeah.
So you're gonna give this one back, but you're gonna go with another EV after this, you think?
I'm thinking about it, you know. So yeah, this one's going bye-bye tomorrow, but yeah, I'm thinking about going with the Hummer EV SUV pickup. Okay. And so not as efficient, but you know, they have some pretty good incentives on them right now, lease specials and everything. So kicking around the idea on something like that. I think an EV makes the most sense, but just kind of thinking about it right now, shopping around. So
what's your other fun car right now?
So I have a GT4, a 718 GT4 2022 model year, 6-shift. Love it.
I'll have to throw in a picture of that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And so I think you did a little bit of video on one of his other videos.
I think it's just
it's somewhere in there. Go check it out, guys. Go check it out. But yeah, I mean, that one's pretty sick. It's got the bucket seats and stick shift and mid-engine. Yeah.
So that kind of hits the sports car, like traditional motor, gas, that kind of thing.
Yeah. You probably have a lot of car guys, you know.
I do. Well, I think
on your channel. Yeah, right. And so they want to know, it's like, EV, am I missing out? Well, I think if you have a fun car on the weekend, it doesn't have to be a Porsche. It could be just, you know, it could be an S2000, right? You could pick one of those up for 20 grand. Right. You can have just as much fun. You know, for me, I buy kind of high dollar vehicles. I do a lot of write-offs and stuff like that. And for me, it's just more attention for my business, starts a conversation. Yeah. So it makes sense for me, but it may not for you, and that's okay. But I think if you're, you know, considering an EV and you're still a sports car guy or a gearhead, right? Like I think that you could check both boxes with something like this because of the performance, you know, the lack of maintenance, and you have the usability of a family vehicle if you have a family.
Right. I mean, this is faster than most sports cars out there.
Yeah, this will beat a Lamborghini or Ferrari to 60. Yeah, kind of tails off after that, but
that's crazy.
Yep. So definitely check them out. Check out our Facebook group and go from there.
I like this. This is kind of a nice little inlet.
Yeah, that's a little aerodynamic.
So you got cameras here? Is it
kind
of like a 360
So you got camera here, camera behind here. So it actually has security too. So it's filming us right now. Yeah. And it just saves in the car there.
Go check out the inside.
Yeah, absolutely. It's filthy. I'm sorry, guys.
That's all right. This is a working man's vehicle here. This is cool looking.
Yeah.
I think I mean, not to judge Tesla, but I think the fit and finish on these is much higher.
I would agree.
Than Tesla.
I would agree.
And just kind of the quality of materials. I've been in quite a few Teslas, and I mean they check a lot of boxes, but just this feels more like a luxury vehicle.
Premium materials. It doesn't look cheap. It's more like ergonomic, earthy. Because they're kind of the adventure brand, right?
Yeah,
I think go anywhere.
I told you when you bought it, like seeing it in person for the first time, it looks even better than in photos, which is cool because I think a lot of cars or trucks and shoots look good in photos, and then you see it in person, you're like, it's kind of disappointing.
That's right.
But I feel like this actually lives up to the hype of like the materials that they used and how it all comes together in a nice package.
I agree. And I think they'll be around for a long time. Yeah. They just signed a $5 billion deal with Volkswagen to license their software. Right. And so they got a big cash infusion. They're coming out with an R2, which is like a smaller version of the R1S. You guys probably have seen the bigger SUV. Yeah. It's going to be about half the price of the R1S. That's slated to be built, I think, next year. Okay. So we got that coming. You got an R3 as well coming, kind of like a little hatchback and stuff. So more affordable are coming, kind of like Tesla. They started with like the X and the S, right? Right. Then they moved to the 3 model. So they're following similar suit. They got money in the bank, which is great. So I don't think they're going anywhere. And the problems I had, people that bought new ones haven't experienced yet. So because they found the little hidden issues with the parts, change out the parts and stuff. And you know, if you look on the forums, all the new 2024 model years don't have any of the issues that I experienced. It was kind of one of those things where I was a guinea pig.
Right. Anytime you're buying launch edition stuff, or even just, I mean, a brand new model of any, could be Ford, or well, Fords always have their issues, but but I mean, any brand new vehicle like that, first model year is always tough. Yeah,
just want to be honest with this review and just kind of let your audience know, you know, the pros and cons. But overall, yes, I would definitely buy another one. Prices are kind of coming down, so I might wait for used one to come up in a few years.
How about your electricity usage? So you're charging on 110, right, overnight?
Yeah, 240 volt.
Or 240.
Yep.
And how much like percentage did you notice that your household electricity went up? 10%, 20?
Yeah, I would say like maybe like 15 or 20%.
Okay.
Yeah,
because I know prices are kind of irrelevant nationwide. It's like, oh, it went up $100. Well,
yeah, it depends if you're PG&E. You know, like we have a lower kilowatt hour compared to most of our neighbors here.
Yeah, because you're living in Roseville Electric. Which is a really affordable co-op. Yeah, but depending on your utility price. But okay, so maybe 15 to 20% is realistic. You buy an EV and it's gonna bring you up.
If you buy a truck with a V8, right, that gets 12 miles per gallon at $5 a gallon here in California, you know, you do the math, you drive 15,000 miles a year, right, which is where I'm at. You know, it gets pretty pricey over a 3-year period of time.
Was there any federal tax credits or state tax credits?
There was, yeah. So I believe it's at capped at like 80,000 on the sales price, and so I think this sticker like right under that.
Okay.
And so I got the EV credit on that, and then yeah. So I think that's still a law. Obviously, you can sell with your CPA on that one, but yeah, there are EV incentives out there. Every state's different, but this one did qualify at the time. So
nice.
Yep.
Cool, man. Well, thanks for doing the video.
I appreciate it. Yeah, thank you, Russ.
Yeah, it's great to have you over.
Yep, you got it.